How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 7 Chapter 4. This is the fourth episode of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues, Season 7. In this episode we will be talking about the stuff of experience and associations. We can start this episode by eliminating a quite common distinction made by people as they understand reality and the mind. In fact, there is no true distinction between the physical and the mental. Thoughts manifest spatially just as surely as spatial actions are thoughts. It is easy to say this, but some elaboration is necessary. Suffice it to say, experience is a single substance. Thought and matter are ultimately interchangeable. Precognitive thoughts reveal this to be true, in that, it is possible to experience an event before it is in substance actually happening. But this is also to say, that the mind reorients thought, the stuff of meaning, to provide it a personal connotation. Thought, meaning is impartial, elusive, stuff, which gains essence through its orientation towards the personal. Now, since we can say this with certainty, we can also say that internal continuity in the form of sensical close associations manifests as reasonable social behavior. Associations internally produce the patterns that we see in everyday life. Which is to say that loose or weak associations internally produce discontinuous or incongruous behavior. The distinction is not a meaningful one, in that we must understand thought and substance to be one. Now, grasping these ideas, we can now posit that the influence or orbit of our mind, perhaps like a lens, draws the inert into our process rather like a planet of mass draws matter into its orbit. Both are substance. But something about our egoistic existence gives one the appearance of substance and the other in mere insubstantial grasping. In truth, once one observes this, it becomes possible to see that the very fabric of this reality flows through consciousness rather like a sieve, revealing its nature. These are puzzling lessons, but they are essential to understanding the dichotomy between the mind and body, the physical and ideal. Likewise, in observing that the substance of reality equates with the substance of thought, the architecture about which I've been writing takes center stage, as a kind of primer, or intermediary. Be that as it may, these podcasts describe the internal structure of reality, beyond which I can assert reality finds itself rather recursively patterned after itself, which follows from the above point, since we see that association and spatial congruity are practically interrelated. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.